What if your cravings, habits, and distractions all trace back to one thing? Dopamine. But not the way you think. This is the short version, and here's what you need to know. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure, that little hit you get when you bite into chocolate, win a game, or hear a notification ping on your phone. But that's a misconception. Dopamine isn't the chemical of pleasure. It's the chemical of pursuit. It's what drives you to want something, not what makes you enjoy it once you have it. Let me explain. When you see something desirable, say your favorite dessert on the table, or you imagine getting praise at work, dopamine levels rise in anticipation. Your brain is lighting up not because you have the thing, but because you're moving toward it. That spike in dopamine is what motivates action. It gets you out of bed. It helps you chase goals. It pushes you to do. And here's where things get tricky. In today's world, we're surrounded by artificial dopamine triggers. Notifications, junk food, binge-worthy shows, fast-paced content, and endless scrolling. They all hijack the dopamine system. Each little ping of novelty or stimulation triggers a micro spike. But it comes without effort, without real reward. And over time, your brain becomes less sensitive. This is what's called dopamine burnout. When your brain is constantly flooded with easy dopamine, it adapts. The baseline levels drop, and things that used to feel exciting, reading a book, working on a project, having a conversation, start to feel dull. You feel unmotivated, restless, distracted, and the worst part, you can't always tell why. You just feel off. So how do you fix it? The answer isn't quitting dopamine. You can't. It's essential. The answer is learning to work with it instead of against it. Start by identifying the sources of cheap dopamine in your life. Is it social media, constant stimulation, background noise that never stops? Then begin to reduce them, not with guilt, but with awareness. The goal is to reset your baseline. That means practicing boredom, doing difficult things without expecting instant rewards, going for a walk without a podcast, focusing deeply on one task, letting your mind rest between hits of stimulation. You can also introduce controlled discomfort, things like cold exposure, fasting, or delayed gratification. These activities actually increase dopamine receptor sensitivity over time. They help your brain feel more motivated by real effort, not fake rewards. Even something as simple as setting a goal and sticking to it, not because it feels good in the moment, but because you're building discipline, starts to retrain the system. When you make this shift, something amazing happens. You start to feel clear again, motivated, less reactive. You regain control of your focus and your energy. Because dopamine isn't the enemy. It's one of your greatest allies when it's aligned with your values and your long-term goals. So next time you feel stuck, unmotivated, or overwhelmed, ask yourself, am I running on cheap dopamine or am I building something deeper? Because your brain doesn't just want pleasure. It wants progress. It wants growth. It wants to know that the energy it's spending is leading somewhere, toward meaning, toward mastery, toward a better version of you. Pleasure is temporary. It's a hit, a peak, and then it fades, sometimes leaving you emptier than before. Progress, on the other hand, builds over time. It's slow, sometimes uncomfortable, but deeply satisfying, because it taps into something hardwired in your biology, the need to evolve, to adapt, to move forward. And dopamine, when it's used wisely, becomes the fuel for that journey, not a distraction, but a compass. You begin to crave the challenge, not just the reward. You start to find joy in the process, not just the outcome. And you begin to trust yourself, not because everything feels good all the time, but because you know you can keep going, even when it doesn't. That's the power of a regulated dopamine system. You're not chasing random highs anymore. You're building direction, stability, momentum. So the next time you feel like you're lacking motivation, Don't reach for a quick fix. Don't open another tab. Don't scroll. Instead ask, what's the smallest, meaningful step I can take right now? Then do that. Because that one step, done without a hit of pleasure, without needing applause, might be the thing that tells your brain, yes, this is worth it. And that, in the end, is what dopamine is really for. This was the short version. Big ideas. In minutes, not hours. Subscribe for more insights like this one.